The sea was angry that night. Waves smashed against the rocks like they were trying to claw their way onto land, white foam glowing under the thin moonlight. The wind howled through the cliffs, carrying the metallic scent of salt, fuel, and something worse, blood. The SEALs had lost their captain. That was the truth none of them wanted to say out loud. Captain Marcus Hale had been leading the extraction when the ambush detonated the world. One moment he was shouting orders. The next, the hillside erupted in fire and smoke. The blast threw men in every direction. Radio screamed. Vision blurred. And then Marcus was gone. They searched for 7 minutes. 7 minutes in hostile territory felt like 7 lifetimes. An O signal, an O movement, an O body. The order came through clenched teeth. Fall back. They pulled out under fire, dragging their wounded, leaving scorch marks and unanswered questions behind. Every man on that bird carried the same weight. Their captain was dead. Back at the forward base, the silence was unbearable. Gear was dumped, weapons cleaned without focus. No one spoke his name, because saying it might make the loss real. Commander Jake Harlan stood alone near the operations board, fists clenched. "We don't leave our own," he said quietly. But the mission clock had run out. The enemy had flooded the area. A recovery attempt would mean suicide. They all knew it. That night, as the base slept uneasily, a lone helicopter touched down without clearance, and no markings, and no calling, and no announcement. The guards barely had time to react before a figure stepped out into the floodlights. Female, calm, carrying a rifle case that didn't belong to any standard inventory point. One of the guards swallowed. "Ma'am, this area is restricted." She looked at him, not threatening, not arrogant. "Certain?" "I know," she said. "That's why I'm here." Inside the command room, Harlan looked up as the doors opened. He froze. "You," he breathed. Captain Elena Ward stood there like she had never left. Legendary sniper, ghost of classified operations, the woman whose name never appeared on commendations but echoed through after-action reports like a whisper. "I heard you lost a captain," she said. Harlan straightened. "He's presumed Kia." Elena shook her head once. "No." The room went still. "We had eyes on the blast zone," Harlan said. "Nothing survived." Elena stepped closer to the map and tapped a point just outside the marked perimeter. "He didn't die in the blast," she said. "He rolled. Fractured leg. Lost his radio. He's alive." Harlan stared. "You can't know that." Elena met his eyes. "I do." A SEAL scoffed. "With respect, ma'am, we couldn't get close without drawing half the valley." Elena opened her rifle case. Inside was the same unmarked weapon. Upgraded, refined, lethal beyond regulation. "I won't draw the valley," she said. "I'll remove it." The room was quiet long enough to hear breathing. Harlan hesitated. "If you go in alone, I won't," Elena said. "I'll bring him back." Night swallowed her as she moved in O drone support, in O overwatch, in O extraction window. Just skill, memory, and a refusal to accept loss. The enemy had tightened their perimeter, confident. They thought the Americans were gone. That confidence would cost them everything. Elena moved through shadows like a rumor. She didn't rush. She listened, counted steps, measured wind. The first sentry never heard the shot. The second never saw her. By the time she reached the ravine, the air was thick with smoke and decay. She found Marcus where she knew she would. Alive, bleeding, still fighting. He raised his pistol weakly when she appeared. Then his eyes widened. "You're real?" Elena knelt beside him. "Unfortunately for you." He tried to laugh and failed. "I thought they left me." "They did," she said, checking his leg. "I didn't." Enemy voices echoed above them. Time was gone. Elena lifted him with effort, her strength burning, her calm unbroken. "This is going to hurt," she said. Marcus grimaced. "I figured." They moved, slow, deliberate, hunted. Behind them, the valley began to wake. Searchlights cut the dark. Gunfire cracked. Elena stopped once, just once, and turned. She took a single shot, then another. The lights went out. The pursuit collapsed to be wide dawn. The SEAL base stood stunned as a figure emerged from the horizon, dust-covered, blood-stained. Walking, with Captain Marcus Hale on her shoulder, the gate guards didn't speak. They just opened the way. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe to the channel. Her brave stripes, speech balloon comment. Below, where are you watching from? The gates closed behind them with a heavy metallic thud, the sound echoing across the base like a verdict reversed. For a moment, no one moved. Captain Marcus Hale sagged slightly as medics rushed forward, hands steady but eyes wide. They had prepared themselves to treat a body. They had not prepared themselves to see a ghost walking back in, carried on the shoulder of a woman who looked like she had dragged the night itself with her. Get him on a stretcher. Now, someone shouted. Elena Ward didn't release him until she felt the weight leave her arms. Only then did she straighten, shoulders stiff, hands streaked with blood that was not hers. Marcus grabbed her sleeve weakly. You actually came back. She looked down at him, expression unreadable. I said I would. The medics moved fast, but their eyes kept drifting back to her, to the rifle still slung across her back, to the comm that hadn't cracked even after hours behind enemy lines. Commander Jake Harlan stepped forward slowly, like he was afraid the moment might dissolve if he moved too fast. You crossed the entire valley alone, he said, with half the region hunting you. Elena nodded once. Yes. You neutralized at least 12 confirmed hostiles, he continued, disabled their search grid, and extracted a wounded captain. She tilted her head slightly. Is that all? For the first time since anyone could remember, Jake Harlan laughed. Not sharply, not with disbelief, but with something close to awe. Inside the medical bay, Marcus drifted in and out of consciousness. Painkillers dulled the edges, but not the memory. Every time his eyes opened, he half expected to see darkness again. Instead, he saw SEALs standing quietly near the door. Waiting, Cole was there too, helmet tucked under his arm. When Marcus finally focused, Cole leaned closer. You scared the hell out of us, sir. Marcus swallowed. You left. Cole nodded. We thought you were gone. Marcus's gaze shifted past him, toward the window where Elena stood alone, staring out at the horizon. She didn't, he murmured. Outside, the sky was turning the pale gray of early morning, the kind of light that made everything feel exposed. Harlan joined Elena at the railing. They're already writing the report, he said. Higher command wants details. Names. Timelines. Elena's eyes didn't move. They won't get mine. Harlan hesitated. You deserve recognition. She finally looked at him then. I deserve results. Recognition complicates results. He nodded slowly. The men, they want to thank you. They already did, she replied. They trusted me enough to open the gate. Below them, SEALs moved with renewed purpose. Weapons were cleaned with care again. Jokes returned, quieter, humbler. Something had shifted. Later that day, Marcus was stable. Broken leg, concussion, dehydration, alive. That word echoed through the base like a miracle. When he was finally cleared for visitors, Elena stepped inside without ceremony. He smiled faintly. You always show up when things go wrong. She leaned against the wall. Only when people matter. Marcus studied her. They told me what you did. What you are. She raised an eyebrow. And they said you're a legend. Elena shook her head. Legends get comfortable. I stay useful. Silence settled between them. Not awkward, but heavy with things unsaid. We didn't have to come back for me. Marcus said finally. Yes, she replied. I did. He closed his eyes, absorbing that. That night, as the base settled, alarms suddenly cut through the calm. Unidentified movement outside perimeter. Lights flared. Radios crackled. Harlan was already moving. They're probing us. Retaliation. Elena was on her feet before the second alarm finished. Distance? She asked. Long, Cole answered. Sniper team, setting up. Elena was already heading for the tower. The enemy sniper was good. Patient. He fired once, a warning shot that shattered concrete near the fence line. The message was clear that we know you're here. Cole lay prone, tracking, breathing steady. I can't get a clean read. He's using terrain reflections. Elena knelt beside him, scanning through her own optic. He's not aiming at us, she said quietly. Cole frowned. Then a second shot rang out, striking a fuel drum far from the main group. Not to explode it, to show he could. Fear rippled through the perimeter. Elena adjusted her rifle. Harlan's voice came through the comm. If we escalate, this turns into a siege. Elena exhaled slowly. It won't, she said. She took her time. Let the wind speak. Let the night reveal its rhythm. Then she fired. The shot crossed the distance. No one bothered to calculate anymore. The enemy's sniper never fired again. Silence returned, permanent this time. Cole lowered his rifle, shaking his head. I didn't even see him. Elena stood, slinging her weapon. That's the point. By morning, word had spread through the unit. Not exaggerated, not inflated, just facts. She went where others couldn't. She brought back what was lost. She ended threats before they became wars. As the sun rose, Elena packed her rifle case. Harlan found her near the helipad. You leaving already? Yes. You could stay, he said. Train us. Lead with us. She smiled faintly. You don't need me to lead. You need me where the map ends. The helicopter blades began to turn. Marcus watched from a wheelchair, saluting as she passed. Elena returned it, brief, precise. Then she was gone. The dust settled. The valley stayed quiet. And the SEALs would tell the story for years. Not loudly, not to outsiders, but to each other. About the night they thought their captain was gone, and the legendary female sniper who refused to accept it. Backend Index Pointing Right subscribe to the channel. Her brave striped speech balloon, tell us in the comments. Where are you watching from?